Alright guys, so here's my kitchen, and then this is literally where I train at right here. So you might be thinking that you need to go ahead and invest in like a garage gym or like some big open room to start calisthenics, but you literally don't. This is in a hallway. I got this bar on Etsy it cost $100, but it's custom made, so I feel like it's totally worth it. And then I have my rings hanging up right here. These rings cost, I think, $25 off Amazon. And then I have resistance bands. These are like $5. And then down here I have my parallettes. These cost around $20 or $30 off Amazon as well. I'll give y'all a little rundown on how I train in this small area. So for an upper body day, if I want to do things like an L sit, I would just come right here and do an L sit. Now if I want to do a handstand, this is where it gets tricky. Because if I do it this way, I can't do a straddle handstand because my foot's going to hit the door. So I have to turn this way to do straddle handstand. For the rings, pretty self-explanatory. Like I have plenty of room. The bar is pretty high. I'll give you an example. See, really no limits here. And then for the resistance band, I can just pull that into the middle of the bar. I can just go in it like this on the floor, and I can practice things like tuck planche. I can practice my little crow lifts, trying to get to a handstand. And so that all works really nice for me. Of course, if I want to use the bar, I can just go on the bar. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, that's not really the challenging part. The challenging part is when I want to do things like legs. That's where I have to get creative. And I'll show you kind of what I'm doing right now to get a leg workout in a tiny spot with really no weights. It's all pure calisthenics. Okay, so I have all my leg stuff stored in this hallway over here. I have a box, a band, a block, and a kettlebell, and then a few weights. I had that ball right there sitting right here on this box. So let me show you. I saw a little bit right here into the main area where my bar is at, and I'll show you what I do. So for legs, I really like using this kettlebell. Bosu ball, and use air. And I can practice things like pistol squat. And it just really helps to like use the stabilizer muscles on the legs and really activates the core. So I like to hold some isometric movements like this. And then what I like to do is get a kettlebell, put the kettlebell on the floor, go on the Bosu ball, and then do some lifts. Really great quad exercise here. So yeah, my legs. And then another way I do my legs is I'll get this box right here, and then I'll have this space right here, and I can do things like jumps. Or I can do things like step ups. So yeah. Or I can practice my pistol squat on the box. And then for stretching, I literally just spread out right here and stretch. And then some other things I really like doing are animal movements, where I'll get on the ground like this. Max. And then I'll do full body movements. And I'll literally just have this room right here to do that. So yeah. But yeah, it is a really small space. Like, this is literally it. That's it. And I wish I did have a bigger space, mainly just for like handstands and stuff. But this is all I have. So if you're in a small house, small apartment, or maybe even like an RV, you can make it work. Like, literally find a way to utilize what you have and just go from there. You don't need to buy real expensive stuff. You don't need to get a custom made bar. You can literally buy the one that hangs over your door from like Dick's Sporting Goods or Academy. And then instead of a box, like, you can get a chair or something. So there's things that you can do. I'm out of breath, gosh. Yeah guys, that's my setup. And yeah, if you have any questions, feel free to ask. See y'all later.